Annabelle doll has been the center of many terrifying stories. The doll, which allegedly has the power to move on its own and cause harm, has been the subject of movies and books. But what is the true story behind this infamous doll? In this video, we will be diving deep into the origins and haunted history of Annabelle doll. We will explore the real-life case that inspired the creation of the doll and the terrifying events that followed its acquisition by paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. We will also examine the various theories and controversies surrounding the doll's true nature, including the claims that it is cursed or possessed by a malevolent entity. So, buckle up and get ready to uncover the chilling truth about Annabelle doll. The story of the Annabelle doll is one of the most fascinating, yet chilling stories in the history of haunted objects. The doll's origins can be traced back to the 1970s when it was first discovered by a group of nursing students who found it abandoned on the side of the road. After bringing the doll home, they soon began to experience paranormal activity and strange occurrences that they could not explain. It wasn't until they contacted a psychic medium that they learned the truth about the doll's haunted past and the evil spirit that was possessing it. Since then, the Annabelle doll has become a household name and has been the subject of numerous horror movies, books, and documentaries. Despite the skepticism and controversy surrounding the doll's authenticity, many people continue to believe that it is in fact haunted and possesses an evil spirit that is capable of causing harm to those who come into contact with it. In this video, we will dive deep into the origins and haunted history of the Annabelle doll, exploring the different accounts and theories surrounding its past and the paranormal activity that has been associated with it. The origins of the Annabelle doll can be traced back to 1970 and began with a young nursing student named Donna. Donna was gifted a vintage Raggedy Ann doll by her mother, which she kept in her apartment she shared with her roommate Angie. After some time, Donna noticed that the doll started to move on its own and soon strange occurrences began happening in the apartment. They would find the doll in different positions and places, and it even left handwritten notes on parchment paper. Concerned, Donna reached out to a medium who conducted a scene and revealed that the doll was possessed by the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle Higgins who died on the property. Feeling sorry for the little girl, Donna and Angie allowed the doll to stay with them. However, things took a dark turn when the doll began to exhibit violent behavior and attacked a friend who had been staying with them. It was then that they contacted famous paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren, who took the doll and kept it locked in a special case in their museum. The doll remains there to this day, and is said to still be possessed by the spirit of Annabelle Higgins. The Annabelle doll case is not just a scary story, it's a real-life event that happened to a group of young women in the 1970s. The story gained attention when the famous paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren, got involved in the case. The Warrens were known for investigating some of the most haunted places in the world, and this case was no different. They were called upon by the young women who were experiencing strange and terrifying occurrences in their apartment after bringing in the Annabelle doll. The Warrens quickly realized that the doll was not just an ordinary toy, but in fact, it was a conduit for a malevolent spirit. After conducting a thorough investigation, the Warrens concluded that the young women were being targeted by a demon that was attached to the doll. The Warrens took the doll with them and kept it in their occult museum, where it remains to this day. The involvement of the Warrens in this case adds a layer of credibility to the story and has contributed to the widespread fascination with the Annabelle doll. Despite attempts to debunk the story, it continues to be a popular topic in the world of paranormal investigations and has even been the subject of several movies. The Annabelle doll is known to be one of the world's most haunted objects. The doll has been involved in a series of strange occurrences that are nothing short of terrifying. One of the most famous stories is that of a woman who claimed that the doll attacked her boyfriend. According to the woman, the doll would move around the apartment on its own and leave mysteriously written notes. Other reports suggest that the doll is capable of influencing and manipulating other objects in the surrounding areas. For example, people have reported that the lights in the room flicker and go out while the doll is present. Others have claimed that they have seen the doll move its head or eyes on its own. One of the most frightening stories surrounding the Annabelle doll is the one where a group of friends brought the doll to their apartment. They soon realized that the doll was haunted and decided to get rid of it. However, the doll seemed to have other plans. It appeared in one of their friends' bedrooms and even left a message written in what appeared to be blood. These strange occurrences surrounding the Annabelle doll have led many to believe that it is truly possessed by an evil entity. While some people may dismiss these stories as mere myths or legends, those who have experienced the doll's hauntings firsthand have no doubt about its demonic powers. The Annabelle doll made its first appearance in the 2013 horror movie, The Conjuring, which was based on a true story of the Perron family who experienced paranormal activities in their Rhode Island farmhouse. The movie's main characters, Ed and Lorraine Warren, were real-life paranormal investigators who claimed to have taken possession of the Annabelle doll after it had caused some unexplainable incidents. The doll's appearance in the movie was a bit different than its real-life counterpart. In The Conjuring, the Annabelle doll was depicted as a vintage Raggedy Ann doll with button eyes and red yarn hair, which was quite different from the creepy-looking porcelain doll in real life. Due to the success of The Conjuring, the Annabelle doll became a pop culture phenomenon, which led to the creation of a spin-off film called Annabelle in 2014. The movie was a prequel to The Conjuring and told the backstory of the Annabelle doll. In the movie, the doll was portrayed as a cursed object that brought terror and chaos to a young couple's life. The success of Annabelle led to 2 additional sequels, Annabelle Creation in 2017 and Annabelle Comes Home in 2019, which expanded the universe of the doll and the Warrens. While the Annabelle doll's appearance has been altered for the movie adaptations, the idea of a cursed or possessed doll has continued to terrify audiences for years. The doll's pop culture fame has also helped to keep the story of the real-life Annabelle doll alive, ensuring that the terrifying legend of the haunted doll will continue to be told for years to come. Despite the many claims and stories surrounding the Annabelle doll, there have been several criticisms and skepticism surrounding the case. Some critics argue that the doll is just an urban legend, while others believe that the story has been exaggerated for publicity purposes. One of the critiques of the story is that it lacks any concrete evidence to support its claims. There is no photographic or video evidence that shows the doll moving on its own or causing any harm to people. Furthermore, skeptics argue that the doll's alleged possession and haunting can be easily explained by natural phenomena such as drafts, creaking floorboards, and even pranks played by people. Others argue that the doll's true origins have been lost in translation, with many people not realizing that the Annabelle doll was originally a Raggedy Ann doll and not the porcelain doll that is often depicted in movies and other media. Despite the criticisms and skepticism surrounding the Annabelle doll case, it cannot be denied that the story has fascinated many people for years. Whether or not the doll is truly haunted, there is no denying that it has become a cultural icon in the world of horror and the paranormal. After all the spooky stories and chilling tales, you must be wondering where the Annabelle doll is now and what her current status is. Well, the doll is currently housed in the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut. The museum is owned by Ed and Lorraine Warren's son-in-law, Tony Spera, who inherited the collection after Ed's death in 2006. The Annabelle doll is housed in a glass case with a sign that reads, "Warning, positively do not open." The museum is not open to the public, but interested individuals can make an appointment to view the collection. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the museum has been closed since 2019, and there is no word on when it will reopen. There have been no reports of any supernatural activity associated with the doll since it was placed in the museum. Nonetheless, the Warren son-in-law, Tony Spera, has claimed that the doll is still dangerous and advises visitors to keep their distance. In conclusion, the Annabelle doll is still in existence and is being kept safe in the Warrens Occult Museum. Whether or not it is truly haunted remains a mystery, but the doll's reputation as a terrifying and malevolent force lives on. The Annabelle doll is not the only famous haunted doll in history. There are several others that have made headlines over the years for their alleged paranormal activities. One such doll is Robert the Doll, which resides in the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida. The doll is said to have been gifted to a young boy named Robert Eugene Otto in the early 1900s, and it's believed that the doll's former servant placed a curse on it before she died. The doll has been said to move on its own, change facial expressions, and even emit a sinister laugh. Another famous haunted doll is Mandy, also known as the doll in the attic. Mandy was found in the attic of an old house in 1991 and has since been the subject of many paranormal investigations. The doll is said to move on its own and even whisper to those who come in contact with it. In addition to Robert and Mandy, there are also other haunted dolls such as Peggy, Joliet, and Letta. All of these dolls have unique stories and alleged paranormal activities associated with them. It's important to remember that whether or not you believe in the paranormal, these dolls have certainly captured the attention of many people and have become a part of popular culture. The Annabelle doll has had a massive impact on popular culture and horror movies. Its story has been told and retold countless times, and its legend continues to grow with each passing year. The doll has become an icon of horror, with its likeness appearing in countless movies, TV shows, and even video games. One of the most popular movies to feature the Annabelle doll is The Conjuring, which tells the story of a family who experiences terrifying events after bringing the doll into their home. The success of The Conjuring led to the creation of a spin-off film, simply titled Annabelle, which delves deeper into the origins of the doll and its haunting history. The film was a box office success, and its popularity helped to cement the Annabelle doll as one of the most recognizable horror icons of all time. The story of the Annabelle doll has also inspired countless other horror movies, books, and even podcasts. Its influence can be seen in everything from the creepy dolls of Goosebumps to the terrifying puppets of the Saw franchise. Overall, the impact of the Annabelle doll on popular culture and horror movies cannot be overstated. Its story has captured the imagination of audiences worldwide, and its legacy will continue to haunt us for years to come. In conclusion, the story of the Annabelle doll is one that has truly captivated the world with its eerie and supernatural nature. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, one cannot deny the fascinating history and legend behind the Annabelle doll. The origins and history of the doll have been the subject of numerous investigations, documentaries, and movies, which only add to its mystique. The fact that it is based on a true story adds another layer of intrigue and fear. While some may argue that the stories surrounding the Annabelle doll are nothing more than urban legends or hoaxes, others believe that the doll is indeed possessed by a malevolent spirit or demon. Regardless of what you believe, there's no denying that the story of the Annabelle doll is one that will continue to fascinate and terrify people for years to come. With its haunted history and supernatural reputation, the Annabelle doll has become a cultural icon and a fixture in popular culture. However, be warned, delving too deep into the story of the Annabelle doll may leave you feeling more than a little spooked. We hope you enjoyed our video about the true story of Annabelle doll. This infamous doll has been a subject of fascination for many people and has even inspired a horror movie franchise. The origins and haunted history of this doll are both intriguing and terrifying. We hope that our detailed analysis of its history and the true stories behind it will help you understand why it has become such a popular legend. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more amazing videos from us. Please like, comment, share and subscribe our channel to keep us motivated. Thank you.